baby Gammy. The 7-month-old twin doesn't know it yet, but he's touched hearts around the world, making headlines because he was abandoned in Thailand by his Australian parents. His surrogate mother claimed his biological parents rejected him because he was born with Down syndrome, taking home instead his healthy twin sister, Pipah. It has made David and Wendy Farnell the most reviled couple in Australia, revealing the very worst of commercial surrogacy, what can happen when the baby you ordered is less than perfect. And then, as if their actions weren't bad enough, further shocking news with the revelation that David is a convicted child sex offender. As the outrage grew, the couple went into hiding, and that's where they've been till now. Tonight, David and Wendy Farnell speak for the first time. David and Wendy, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Why did you leave Gammy behind?
We didn't leave him behind. We wanted to bring him with us, but things were happening that we couldn't bring him.
What things were happening?
The surrogate mother wanted to take our girl. And we were getting scared that we were going to lose her. So we had to try to get out as fast as we could. We didn't know what to do. We had no one to talk to. There was fighting in the streets. We just didn't know.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, to save your daughter, you gave her Gammy. Is that right? To save your daughter, to keep your daughter, bring her to Australia, you gave the surrogate your son.
No.
No?
No. We always want our son.
But you
Until
left him
now,
behind.
we are come back to Australia. Now we meet him every day.
You miss him every day?
Yes. We just want to get our son back, but don't know how to.
We don't know how to.
Who can help us?
We don't know how to do it.
So in the 6 months since your son was born, who have you asked for help? How have you tried to get him back? What have you done to try to get him here? Anything?
Yes, we have. We haven't asked directly, but we've been trying to make sure first that Pipah
Still not
is
belong.
safe. No one can take her away from us. So we have been trying to do this for 6 months. When we then know that she's 100% safe with us, then we can go and try to get our boy back. Because everybody's saying that we don't recognise her.
Because she is not born in Australia.
She's not under our name. So we're trying desperately to get her our name and to be recognised as we are the parents.
When did you learn that the surrogate mother was expecting twins?
Very early in the pregnancy.
And what was your reaction to that news?
We were delighted. We were over the moon. It was like a blessing. We've been blessed with a boy and a girl.
Did you ever say to the surrogate mum that you're too old to look after twins?
No.
I've never ever said that.
Not feeling old. We still feel
Although
young to have a baby.
Yeah.
We are healthy. Yeah, we have no problem to look after the baby, baby.
And when did you learn that there was a problem with the pregnancy, that one of your children had Down syndrome?
It was late into the pregnancy that we found out that the boy had Down syndrome. But at that stage it was too late to do anything. They sent us the results, and they didn't do the tests early enough.
And if the tests had been done earlier and you discovered that your son had Down syndrome, what would the action have been?
If it would have been safe for that embryo to have been terminated, we probably would have terminated it.
And why is that?
Because the baby has a handicap, and this is a sad thing, and it would be difficult, not impossible, but difficult, I guess.
It's a decision, obviously, a lot of people make, are forced to make.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that you don't want a son with a disability.
Well, I don't think any parent wants a son with a disability. Mm-hmm. Parents want their children to be healthy and you know, happy and be able to do everything that every other children do.
So when your son is then born with this disability, do you abandon him?
No.
No.
No. We never abandoned him. We never said to the surrogate mother to have an abortion. We just said, let's see how things go. Let's just keep your fingers crossed, because there's always hope. So,
Yeah.
So what were you hoping for? What were your fingers crossed for?
the boy has got Down syndrome, but there are different levels of Down syndrome. So we're just hoping maybe it's just not that severe. So, you know, we didn't give up on him. And at the very beginning, when we found out that the little boy had Down syndrome, we said that we still wanted him, and the agency, while we were in Australia, was still looking at what other options, because when they gave us all these options and we were so angry with them about not telling us earlier and doing the tests earlier, we were very confused at that time, and we said that, you know, this is your fault. You must now take some responsibility for this.
What action did you expect them to take?
I expected them that it would be a financial, like, okay, then you give us back our money. This is your fault. The money that we've given you, you give it back to us now.
You wanted your money back.
It's not about the money. We were scared. We didn't know what to do. We were in turmoil. Like, all of a sudden, we got this shock. So in the meantime, I don't know for sure, but they must have gone back to the surrogate mother and said something, maybe about the abortion, I don't know, but they had come back to us and said, the surrogate mother wants this boy.
Yep.
So we were thinking, maybe this might be okay. I don't know.
Why was it okay?
I think because we were in Australia. We'd never met the surrogate mother. They were in Thailand. It was a very, impersonal, not a lot of human contact. When we got to the hospital and saw our two babies, everything changed.
Is the truth of it that you didn't want a baby with Down syndrome? Is the truth of it that it was easier to leave this baby with a surrogate mother who had decided to come up with a solution? Is that why it's difficult for you to answer?
Seven-month-old baby Gammy has become the innocent face of the dark side of commercial surrogacy, of what can happen when couples don't get the baby they ordered. When David and Wendy Farnell first heard one of their twins had Down syndrome, they were angry they weren't told early enough to terminate the pregnancy, and even wanted their money back. When Gammy's Thai mother offered to keep the baby, the surrogacy agency thought they'd found the solution his biological parents were demanding. But David and Wendy say they never agreed to that.
Do you accept that because you raised your concerns with the agency, you told them you had an expectation that they would take responsibility for this,
Yeah.
that they understood that to mean that you didn't want your baby.
I know it sounds like that. Wendy spoke to her most of the time. I know it sounds very, very heartless, but if I never met. I never meant to hurt anybody. Like, I can't really explain. I can't really put it in words.
The way the agency, the go-between woman describes it is that you said that there was this problem. We have a problem. And there was no solution to the problem until the surrogate mother said, I will take the boy.
We never agreed to that.
Never.
We never agreed to that. We said we want both babies to be born and we will think about this. We never said, you can have this baby.
Well, what were you thinking about? What were you thinking about?
We were through... Okay. What I was thinking about was, we get there, we need to be calm, we need to get there, and we need to have some human contact. We can't just make decisions when we're thousands of miles away. We haven't seen anybody. We're just talking. We're just talking on the internet.
Yeah.
But seriously, you go into a surrogacy program, you're not just making decisions, these are your children.
These are our
your
children.
babies. Surely you had thought all that through before you come to this problem. It's not impersonal. It might be thousands of miles away, but this is the most personal thing you can decide.
Yes.
And you're telling me it didn't get personal for you until you got to the hospital?
It was personal. We were so happy.
I mean, do you understand why it's really difficult for people listening to you to understand?
Yes, I
that
do.
You can
I
speak
do.
so impersonally about this.
And
No,
It's-
I can understand your question. I'm just finding it very difficult to get the answer out because I'm so stressed at the moment.
At that time.
I mean, is part of your difficulty, David, that what we're talking about, that the truth at the heart of this is very unsavoury, even for you to accept? Is that why it's difficult? Is the truth of it that you didn't want a baby with Down syndrome? Is the truth of it that it was easier to leave this baby with the surrogate mother who had decided to come up with a solution? Is that why it's difficult for you to answer?
No. It's not a difficult decision. We wanted our babies.
How long have you guys been trying for children? Like, what forced you to go to Thailand and to pursue this in the first place?
We've been trying IVF here in Australia for maybe 8 years. It was just getting so long and so expensive. Wendy had almost given up until I saw a show on surrogacy on the TV. So I said to Wendy, this will be our last chance.
And what made you decide on Thailand?
Thai people are compassionate. We've got quite a few Thai friends. So we knew that the Thai people are nice people.
Did you compare Thailand to other places in terms of how you were protected legally, what the protocols were, what challenges you faced? I mean, did you go into it knowing any of that stuff?
The only research we could do was on the internet, and I admit we didn't do a lot of research, but so we flew to Thailand a few times to look and to talk and to meet where the clinics are, just so we could actually see them for ourselves. and they looked so clean and professional that we thought, you know, I think we'll be safe here.
And did you ask the question about how much power the surrogate mother would have in terms of handing over your children?
No, I didn't think to ask these questions. I didn't know that these are the questions we should ask.
I guess your overwhelming emotion must be one of gratitude to somebody who would carry your babies for you, to give you children.
Yeah, we were so blessed with her. She was a young, healthy girl.
Had you met her before the birth of your children?
No, we'd never met her. The agency organised all of this.
Yep.
And what was your relationship like with her at that time?
Very good. Honestly, she was a very loving...
Rethinking, yeah.
She was a very nice person. She was very caring, I guess.
And because we can speak Thai, she can speak English, so we have no conversation at all. Yeah.
We could just look and sort of smile at each other and look at the babies and just smile.
Why do you think this surrogate mother has made these allegations against you? Why do you think she's gone public in this way?
I'm not sure.
We don't know. We're thinking she's a nice person.
Do you accept that she believes that you did abandon your son? That
No.
she had to look after him because you didn't want him?
No.
Even if she's wrong, I mean, do you accept that she truly believes that?
No, I don't believe that. We did not abandon our son. The surrogate mother, is her choice if she wants to give you the baby or not give you the baby.
We have no...
Although you have a surrogacy agreement, it really doesn't mean anything. It's her decision. And our surrogate mother said that she wanted to keep
The boy.
the baby boy.
Why did she want to do that?
I don't know.
Didn't you ask her?
We tried to ask her and she goes that I just wanted to keep the baby boy.
Why would a woman who has such little money make that choice to look after a baby that is not hers, who has terrible health issues? Why would she make that choice? Why would she not want the healthy little girl?
You know, Asian countries, the boys are very looked up highly.
Before we come back home from Thailand, we asked her,
Can
Then-
you please give us back our
can
boy?
you please give it back our boy? We want our boy back home. So she got very, very angry because say I want the little boy. He said if we are take the little boy, she will take both of.
Okay, so
For the babies.
this was before you left Thailand?
Yes.
Yes. What did the doctors tell you about the health of Gammy beyond the Down syndrome? What did they say his condition was?
They just said that he had Down syndrome. He was in a serious condition. And they said they don't know how long he may survive.
What was his serious condition that was life-threatening? Do you know?
Because I'm guessing that his lungs were underdeveloped, his organs were underdeveloped, the same as our little girl.
Okay, so your children are there for a month and you're there for a month?
Yeah.
What happens next? Where does...
Once our little girl seemed to be getting stronger, we went to the embassy and asked them, you know, what's the procedure? What do we have to do? Our visas are getting close to running out. We haven't started any paperwork. So we were stressing about that. And we just didn't know how long things would take.
Right, so because your visa was about to run out, am I right? You're preparing to go to take your daughter with you back to Australia?
Yes.
Even though your son was still in hospital?
Yes.
think that perhaps one of you should have stayed and fought for your son? And how many times have you called to see how your son is?
We haven't.
You haven't.
David and Wendy Farnell chose to abandon baby Gammy in Thailand and return home to Australia with his twin sister, Pipah. They say they were forced to flee, scared the surrogate mother was trying to keep both of their babies. The Farnells insist they miss Gammy every day, and they've been trying to get him back ever since. But their actions speak louder than words.
She said that if we tried to take our little boy, she's going to get the police and she's going to come and take our little girl.
Take both of the babies.
And she's going to keep both of the babies. So we were just so stressed.
Did you investigate that? Did you actually try to work out whether that was the truth? I mean, under Thai law, could she do that really?
Keep both babies? Yeah, the nurse or the doctor at the hospital said she is the mother. If she wants to give you a child, she will give you a child. If she doesn't want to, she doesn't have to.
And you didn't question that further?
Who do we question? We didn't know who to ask.
Did you contact the agency?
We tried to contact the agency, and eventually they sent us
They have
a message to say that we suggest that you move hotels again and don't tell anybody where you are.
Did they give you any other solutions? Did they tell you what your powers were, what rights you had to your son?
No, they told us nothing.
Did you talk to the Australian Embassy about this?
No.
But you've already gone to them over your daughter.
Yes.
Why didn't you raise the issue of your son with them?
Because we're worried that we're going to lose our daughter. We have to get our daughter home. And then we can do what we need to do.
Did you think that perhaps one of you should have stayed and fought for your son?
Our visa was running out.
Did you apply to extend it?
No. I wanted to get back to Australia and go through the authorities so we could get our daughter, so we know that she's safe.
But to this point, you've not gone to the authorities at all to get your son?
Not about our son, no, because our daughter is still not safe.
Some of the claims made by the surrogate mother is that when you were in hospital with your children, that you cared very much for your daughter, but you didn't even look at your son.
No.
That you never held him, that you never bought milk for him.
We bought milk for both babies. We bought nappies for both babies.
Do you have photos of him?
No.
could not take the photo in the hospital.
Really? Did you ask to take photos?
We did.
No.
No, we did ask. The nurse said there was no, you cannot take
nurse
photos.
could say no, yeah.
What?
Could not take photo in the hospital, inside the hospital.
How many times have you been back in touch with the agency to find out about the health of your son, to find out if you can get him back again? How many times have you called them?
But the agency is
The agency,
the bankrupt. It's
Doesn't-
not anymore.
Yeah, it's closed down now because of the publicity over your case. But prior to that, how many times did you contact them?
we've contacted the lady when we got back to Australia.
The go-between
Agency?
between you and the surrogate
The
mother?
middle.
Yeah.
How many times?
To send some money over there to look after our boy.
How much money did you send?
I can't remember how much it was. A few $1,000 to look after him until we can get back there
And when were you planning on going back?
as soon as our daughter was safe.
Then we have a plan. Then when our daughter safe, then we will try go back that.
So you contacted the go-between once and sent money once.
Yes.
And how many times have you called to see how your son is?
We haven't.
You haven't.
No.
Because we have never contact, we have no surrogate mother's telephone number, have not.
It it has been very stressing. We miss our little boy. I come home from work some days,
But when
and
we
Wendy
see,
has dressed our little girl all in blue because she wants still to remember the little boy.
Do you have any regrets about any of the things that you have done in terms of fighting for your son, or the things you haven't done in terms of fighting for your son?
Yeah, I have regrets that I don't think we did enough. I have some regrets that we should have gone to the embassy and just told them everything. But at that time, we were just stressing that we were going to lose our little girl. We needed our little girl to be home. We needed her to be safe. So once she was safe, we could go back. As soon as we got back to Australia, I started making arrangements to get her safe.
I guess the fear is, or the thought is that while you focus so strongly on your daughter, you have forgotten about your son.
We've never forgotten about our son.
never.
As a child sex offender, what right do you have to have access to young children? Can you say categorically that as your baby daughter grows into a little girl that she will be safe in your care?
From the outset, Australians were horrified that David and Wendy Farnell would abandon their Down syndrome boy in Thailand. But horror turned to revulsion when it was revealed that David is a repeat child sex offender. David Farnell sexually abused 4 girls between the ages of 5 and 10 over a period covering 10 years. At the time, David was a father with 3 young children of his own. He pleaded guilty to 18 of those offences and was tried and convicted on a further 4 charges. Now, David Farnell faces his past.
David, turning to your past, as a child sex offender, as a convicted child sex offender, what right do you have to have access to young children?
Well, I've been convicted of child sex offences, and I hang my head in shame for that, and I am deeply regretful of that, and I'm so sorry to those people.
And it wasn't just one, was it?
No.
I mean, it is people,
Yes.
many people that you have to apologise to.
Yes. So
It's okay, it's past.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, I was convicted and I went to jail. And when I got out of jail, I thought, well, I can run and hide, and change my name and move to another town. But I thought, no, I need to face everybody, and I can say, yes, I'm taking responsibility for what I did. So I stayed. I copped abuse. I copped a lot of horrible things. But I stayed there and I faced it. And I said that I will continue until I can hold my head up high again. And I think that I've done that.
When did you learn to be remorseful? Because the judge at the time said that you showed no remorse and that through counselling you tried to minimise your crime. And when did it hit you that you actually did do the wrong thing?
I think just seeing my children and thinking that if somebody that did that to my children, I would be devastated.
But you had children when you did it, didn't you?
I know. I just didn't think of that. I didn't look at the other side.
Or at that time,
Excuse me, when did the sexual urges that you must have experienced to abuse 5-year-old, 7-year-old, 10-year-old, when did those sexual urges stop for you?
It was in prison, through those counselling programs. I know they think that I may have minimalised them, but I listened to everything that they were saying.
And have they stopped, or do you just fight those urges now?
They have 100% stopped. I don't have this urge to do anything anymore.
Can you say categorically that as your baby daughter grows into a little girl that she will be safe in your care?
She'll be 100%
Yeah.
safe.
How do you know?
Because I know I will do everything in the world to protect my little girl. I have no inclination of doing anything like this. I don't have any thoughts about this at all.
Is that the truth?
That is the 100% truth.
So I've spoken to pedophiles in the past who say they will always be pedophiles. They can't control it, they can't stop it.
No. I cannot do this again. I can't do this. I know that I do not have any urges at all of this nature. For 30 years, I've known this. I don't have any urges.
Wendy,
yeah.
how concerned are you about the safety of your daughter in the care of your husband?
I 100% trust David will not do any wrong thing for the little girl. Then even he have 3 children before, they all love him, respect him so much. They are said he is the wonderful father of them.
Did you know about his pedophile past when you married him?
Yes. I thinking he can tell me this his past. I think he is not a bad person. I think he is the very good husband, very, very good father, and very, very good son. Since I married him so long, I can say this.
Is there any way that your former, you describe as your former, but your former predilection for girls, did that in any way influence you in choosing your daughter over your son?
No. There is nothing like that. That never even entered my head until you mentioned that. That has never, ever. I've never even thought of something like that. I'm actually ashamed that you would say something like that.
You're ashamed that I would say something like that?
No, it's just like if I've done everything I possibly can to show everybody that, look, this is me. If you want to have a go at me, have a go at me. But I've tried so hard to be a good person. I'm contributing, and I don't know what else to do
Yes,
to show that I am not this person now. Okay. I'm just meaning that I've never That's never entered my head at all.
Do you understand why people are concerned?
I can understand why people are concerned, yes. But honestly, there is no reason to be concerned. I'm not going to harm my little girl.
I 100% believe him. 100%.
What is it like for you both to be vilified the way you have been? I mean, would you agree people would consider you the most hated couple in Australia at the moment?
Yeah, I can understand that. For one, thinking that we have abandoned our little boy was a terrible thing.
But
And then to have me as a sex offender. Everybody hates sex offenders. They are the lowest form of people. Not even worthy of breathing. I know that. That's why I've tried so hard and wanted to be a good father for my children, so that at least the people can see that I'm a good person now because I did this bad thing a long time ago.
I don't mean to kick you while you're down, but it wasn't just one bad thing.
I know.
You groomed young girls. You abused them in your home and in your back shed. They were very young girls, and it went over a number of years. You ruined their lives, you took away their childhoods.
Yeah. I guess I deserve everything I get. My family doesn't deserve that. But if you want to hurt me, yeah, then hurt me. I deserve it.
I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to voice what I think people are concerned about, and that is the safety of your daughter.
Yeah.
Do you think that, is there any risk that your daughter will be taken away from you? Has anybody talked to you about that?
I hope to God that she won't. I hope she won't be. But if she does, if they think this, then I will get out of their lives. If that's what
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.